So you teach them on Monday and take them through discovery process on Tuesday, major change on Wednesday, and back to stabilization on Thursday. Then before they have articulated the argument that this is not going to work here, we are different, and because everybody has that. They're already seeing the results, and all the resistance melts away. And that's the whole Kaizen breakthrough process is.
The Kaizen methodology and the journey towards lean is a very bottom-up process that leverages the diverse know-how that is embedded within each organization. It's not something that's driven by outsiders. It's tapping into know-how that exists with the people that we have in our companies. Welcome everybody from many, many parts of the world. The main reason you're here is because you recognize the need to lead change. Because if we don't lead change, change will be imposed on us.
Sargent has identified the top 3 to 4 bottlenecks that we have within the company. It is your task in the next 4 days to resolve those bottlenecks so we can take that next step.
Well, my objective coming in was how can I take back to Cico some of the techniques and methodologies here.
You know, in business, it's one of two things. You're either making continuous improvement or you're slipping backwards because there's no such thing as staying still.
It's been one of the key successes over the last several years that it's allowed us to continue to show productivity and improve profitability on essentially flat sales.
This is a process that we need to embrace. And if we embrace it, we're going to gain capacity and we're going to gain efficiencies in our operation.
Having so many top managers in one place for such a long duration, for a whole week, with 12-hour days is an indication of the level of commitment that I have and that the organization has in the process.
The most important ingredient in success of any kind of transformation is that leadership knows by experience. They lead by setting example, and they lead by knowing what's on the other side, what to expect. And the only way they can get that clear picture of what to expect is by actually participating.
Now what you're going to do is, when the element ends, you're just going to read the time off. So when I say start, just hit the go button, just read the time off.
The specific tools that we use here is one, to create a rhythm in our factories. We call it tack time. So you're matching your production capacity exactly with your customer demand.
The other tools would include just-in-time. They can be some of the tools that are related to business process improvement. They can be the tools that are appropriate for a new product introduction, system synchronization, TPM. Really, the list is fairly lengthy.
What I need is more tools to do it faster and more tools to understand the new challenges and the new way to develop Kaizen in the factory.
We're going to start this at Curry's in 2 weeks, and we're going kind of against the flow of the norm, and we're going to start in the office and do the business process first before we do manufacturing.
My expectation of the week is to get the creative juices flowing in the team and to get them really thinking about how we can do things differently, more efficiently.
Well, obviously teamwork is key in this matter, and we need not only the Kaizen team but also the workers.
The creativity and the teamwork associated to make it happen, and the heavy emphasis on action and getting things done, develops a very action-oriented culture beyond the particular benefits of the Kaizen event.
We take standard parts from our conventional products and we modify them.
Yeah.
On a team of, let's say, 9 people, there'll be 3 people that are actually from the area and are process experts. There's a third of the people that are familiar with the process and they're somehow related to it. And there's often a third of the people that have absolutely no understanding of what the process looks like, and they're the outside eyes.
You know, we're never going to get this done if we all stay together. So I think we need to break it up.
I'm on the green team. We're looking at the signature cylinders. The door business is rather simple compared to the lock business, and I'm learning a lot of terms that are foreign to me. My role is to learn
The day started in a vacuum for everybody, and by the end of the day, we'll have figured out exactly what we want to do and moved an entire department about 100 feet. When you gather together a group of people, they feed information back and forth to each other, and then light clicks on in the heads of a third person who's listening to the conversation. And so your outside experiences now become relevant to a subject of which you know nothing about.
I'm on the yellow team. We are the order entry process Kaizen team. And it's going great. We've really got our arms around the process. We've identified that it actually takes us 63 steps to enter an order. It takes us more steps to enter an order than it does for the factory to make the order, which was mind-boggling to us.
We've got total flow charts done. All our spaghetti drawings are done. And we're already into the brainstorming how to drop the process way back.
It's going to go through.
Kaizen is an improvement tool that you can use for almost any problem. We try to pick those areas that are closest to the customer, that the customer will feel the effect of.
Well, we're talking about moving the equipment tonight instead of tomorrow morning in order to stay completely ahead of schedule.
In fact, until about an hour ago, I assumed the move was going to take place at the end of July, and I'd be long gone before that had to happen. But apparently it's going to happen this week. Nothing amazes me at this point in time. I'm confident that that's going to happen, and we'll be a part of it.
Developing a Kaizen culture is the vehicle of ensuring agility and flexibility in the organization to quickly adapt to the competitive environment.
Let's dump it over to somebody else's area. Well, we moved last night. We spent a lot of effort moving the stuff. There's still some interim steps that are not complete, and there's some lessons you learn when you move that mean you have to continue moving until you get it right.
Today we're going to tweak the new design, and that'll probably be ongoing through tomorrow. What we did when we first came in is we listened to everybody and said, okay, what do you think? What do you suggest?
They asked my opinion and I gave it to them.
Now, because everything is centralized to the main cylinder area, there's a lot less walking.
It's going to be easier.
You know, when you work in a company, sometimes your eyes are closed to what's good and what's not good. And you say, gee, I've been here for so long, why didn't I ever think of it? And it's just a good partnership.
People become excited about the idea of doing Kaizens in their areas once they've been exposed to it, because they have the ability to affect their workplace.
Today is Wednesday. What's happening here? We are evaluating the process in the line.
And right now we're timing to make sure that all of our assumptions were correct.
This afternoon we are going into a complete office relayout. We'll have them pack up their things, and then we're going to start tearing down some walls. They're going to walk into a brand new work environment. All of their workstations will be up and fully functional. Phones will be working. Their computers will be set up and ready to go. Fax machines will be plugged in and chugging away. Today is Thursday, day 4 of the Kaizen, and we're standing up here looking at our new order processing area. So what we've got now is a layout that's much more conducive to the flow of our work. We've looked at the process, torn it apart, found the value-added steps. We've gotten it down from 63 to 9. Yeah. There are a lot of things that we currently do that we will no longer have to do. Your in-keying review list? Gone. Doesn't exist anymore. You know why? Because you go from OEFS to keying review. Done.
I see the orders now before the editors do. So if there's any problems, I can nail them right then and there.
And they did ask our opinions. So if they needed to change anything, they were going to change it for us.
By the way, guys, we date stamp things 15 times. Okay? What we've done is we've gone from functional roles where certain people performed one single function to one person performing multiple functions.
Just like that, going through there and puts it.
So today, on Thursday, we're refining the system. We're going back and remeasuring and trying to establish that the moves that we've made and proposed have physically improved the process flow. By tonight, we should have a refined system. We should have clear measurements of what a clean, functional cell will operate at.
You have to believe that people who work a process day in, day out understand better than anybody else how to refine a process and to make it better.
Do you sometimes have to wait for keys? Yes. Okay, but you have other work that you can work on?
You have to have management that's willing to take risk, because on occasion what you'll do is you'll have a Kaizen team present what appears to be a controversial resolution to an issue, and management has to have faith to be able to give people the opportunity and latitude to try something out.
Our team came up with some really neat ideas on the
I hope that the executives that are participating in the program will obtain a deep understanding or a deeper understanding of the process, thus going back in their respective companies with a much firmer belief and conviction that this tool can work in their journey of becoming a lean company.
The process that Lori showed earlier actually had 63 steps to it. There's quite a bit of batching, there was a lot of sorting, there was a lot of notations being made on reports that nobody ever looked at.
There were 2 loopbacks, we eliminated both of those. The travel distance went down from 133 feet to 10 feet.
What we really determined, the bottom line is that we were running at about 60 to 65% efficiency before we got there. Today we're running at about 80%.
To me, the compelling opportunity is to try to increase the pace of product development and use the methodology to get there.
I know for myself this has been real exciting to try to think about how to apply these techniques and thought processes to a paperwork process versus actually building a product.
The work went really well. The team really stayed focused as we drove hard on this project.
A lean business system is an extremely important element of staying competitive in a world that's moving faster and faster.
This is the tool to use to prepare the companies for the future.